Hey there guys, welcome back to my channel Crafty Concepts with Erin. I'm Erin, and if you're new here, welcome. We are going to create a scrapbook layout with the Boo Crew collection. Now if you've been watching videos on my channel here this last month, this will be the fourth Boo Crew layout, but I'm going to do something a little bit different. I have a photo that was taken at Halloween. This is a picture of myself in Disneyland, and you can see it was super festive with the orange flowers, and they have the pumpkins there with the different Disney characters. That's Tarzan on the pumpkin behind me. So I kind of want to play up the flowers in this photo, but still use the Boo Crew paper pack. So I have 3 whole sheets left, which is pretty good. And then some scraps. I have a little bit left over on the coordinating sticker sheet and some border strips here. So I am thinking, like I said, I really want to play up the flowers on today's layout. If you haven't seen the other layouts, hang tight, because at the end of this video, I'll give you a look at those, and then also some card projects that I've created that I haven't yet shared. So I'm going to bring in my Versamat, and I want to have this on a base layer of white daisy. So I'm just going to put a couple glue dots here and adhere this to my Versamat so it stays in one place, and that's going to help me get everything lined up nice and easy. I've already cut a couple pieces of cardstock. So this is the word paper, and on the other side are black with white stars, and this is 4 by 12. And then I've cut down the orange gingham paper, and this is 10 inches by 8 inches. And I'm kind of thinking I want my paper layers to go like this. And then I'm going to bring my photo in. I just have the one photo, so we're going to put that in the center, and I'm going to build some floral clusters around my photo. For my floral elements today, I thought it'd be super fun to play with this new die set. This is the Layered Florals, and this is in the core catalog. And if you flip to page 63, Layered Flowers, I called it Layered Florals, but you can see they have a little bouquet of flowers that they've used to create out of these dies. So they're really fun because you can layer them and mix and match them and create all sorts of different looks. There are some leaves on here. This is a super versatile leaf. I will be using that a ton. And then there's this leaf here and some branches. But you'll notice the flowers are totally buildable. So this would be the base layer for that one. This is the base layer for this one, and so on. And then you can even mix and match them, which you'll see here in just a moment. So I'll set those aside for now. I do want to add some inking to the edge of this cardstock or pattern paper here. I have my black ink pad, and I'm going to use my Ranger ink blending tool and just quickly go around the edge. This is something I'd like to do all the time. It's just my style. I think it makes a big difference, especially when you have a white, edge going into white cardstock. I really like to give that separation. I'm a big fan of this orange plaid paper. I wish I had more of it because it would make great scrapbook material for documenting my boys. I'm going to bring in a piece of black cardstock just to pop that photo even more. This is a 4 by 6. For my flower layers, I'm going to die cut from Wildberry, which is the color of the year. We have Ballerina, Black, and Nectarine. And I chose these colors because they are the colors that are created in the Boo Crew collection, which you can see right here in this word paper. So I thought it'd be fun to make our flowers out of this. So I'm going to go ahead and die cut a whole bunch, and I'll be right back. So we have all of our fun die cut pieces, and as you can see, you could just mix and match and pick your color palette. These line up really easily and you layer them together, or you could just use this. And now the center piece of this is kind of this fun little shape, and you could put that over this flower and create a different look. So there's really a lot you can do with these different flowers. So I'll put them right next to each other here. So you can see there's that look or this look, and then I chose Ballerina, and I'm going to put Nectarine over the top of that and layer these together. And then I cut several black leaves because I thought that would just be really fun for that floral element, but still very Halloween. So I will go ahead and get these glued together. For this, I really like to use the blue Tombow clear glue, and it just dries really nice. using a liquid glue allows you to kind of wiggle these into place so you can get them lined up. And there are several petals that are very obvious, so it makes lining those up really easy. I know sometimes we can spin it and spin it and spin it. You're like, maybe this time, this time, this time, but that doesn't happen with these because like I said, there is a couple petals that are super obvious. I have to say, Wildberry, the color of the year, that dark, pinkish with a purple undertone to it, wasn't, I like it, but I'm not a super pink type of person. But this collection, the Boo Crew, has completely sold me on Wildberry. And I think it looks amazing with the nectarine. I don't think I necessarily would have paired those colors on my own, but you can bet I will definitely do that again. You'll notice I'm taking the same elements and drawing them up to the top of the layout, kind of mirroring the lower left corner there. And that's going to frame in my photo, so that's right where your eye goes. You'll notice I'm layering or tucking some behind my photos and then some on top, and I'm kind of they're all connected and everything feels cohesive that way. So I did a little stash diving, and these are called Sparkle Flourishes. I've been hanging on to them forever. I had so many of these. This is all I have left, and I love them. They're like black rhinestones strung together on an adhesive backing in this cool swirly pattern, and I thought that would look really fun with this layout. So I'm going to cut a few of these off and tuck them in behind. And now I have everything adhered down. I'm going to bring in my second Versamat and flip that over to use the foam backing, and we're going to do some stamping. I have the coordinating Boo Crew stamp set, and I've already gone ahead and die cut out the ghost, a little witch's hat, and a pumpkin. You can see there are quite a few dies that come along with this collection, which is really nice. I'm going to use my archival black ink, and let me flip my little ghost over. I've already got those stamps mounted on blocks, and we'll go ahead and stamp each one of these. I'm going to do the little ghost here. And they're super easy to line up. Give it a good press. Let that soak in for a second. Of course, he needs a face, so I want my ghost to have a little happy, smiley face because I was in Disneyland and that is the happiest place on earth, right? So we need to have a little happy ghost. And then a little witch hat. I thought this would look cute on top of the little ghost there. And then we're going to do a black pumpkin as well. I don't know if you guys are big Disneyland fans, but I totally recommend going at least once in the fall, October, Halloween time. It is so fun and so pretty, and they just really go all out with the fall decorations. And Disneyland is always gorgeous, of course, but it's fun to see it in the different seasons. I'm going to add my little ghost to this cluster over here. I'm going to bump those down just a little bit and place the hat right on top. I'll pop that up later on some foam tape. Now this little pink pumpkin is from the coordinating sticker sheet. I'm going to layer these right over the bottom so they're creating kind of a corner framing in my photo, and the title will go right here. So I'm thinking spooky season for the title. I have a circle here. This is about 2¼ inch. And instead of stamping this in one long line, how it is intended, I'm going to ink up half of it and stamp it on top, and then the other half and stamp it underneath so they're stacked on top of each other. You want to make sure that's really good and clean so you don't transfer ink when you stamp the second half. You could mask this off, but there was enough separation in the stamp that it was easy enough to just ink up a bit of it at a time. You don't always have to have a big, giant, bold title. Sometimes just a little one like this is all you need to do the trick. Adding circular elements is always fun and looks nice because it breaks up all of those straight lines. So that is something I like to do, and it mimics kind of the circular element of the floral images as well. I am going to pop this up on some foam. I was looking at the stamp sheet thinking I wanted to add some colorful stars to the layout, or to the title, but then I thought against it because there's not really any other stars on the layout. We've actually been fortunate enough to visit Disneyland in October 2 separate times, and now I would like to go around Christmas time and see it all done up for the Christmas season. I hear it's absolutely amazing. So here's the Dina Wakely gloss spray in Fuchsia, and this actually matches the Wildberry pretty darn well. Now I am just tapping this down. Normally I would tap the nozzle and splatter it, but I want to be really controlled and careful where I put this. So I'm just I'm blotting it off and then just touching it down, adding little dots here and there. And it's going to give me just little pops of color carefully. I could have taken some scrap paper and covered up the areas I didn't want inked up, but this works well. And I just wanted to see how it would work touching it down with the nozzle, and I think it did pretty well. I think the Boo Crew can be really versatile. If I didn't have the little ghost and witch hat on there, you wouldn't really think of this as a Halloween page. I'm going to go ahead and bring in my others here. This is the first layout I did. It's my son. He had made his own Halloween costume. We did some little ink blending. And then this is my niece. She is dressed up as a broken doll. And I love the pink and the black palette for a teenage girl. And then this one I just did very recently of my son. He had made these little spiders, and that spider paper was absolutely perfect for this photo. All of these do have process videos here on my channel. Now the cards I just made, there are no videos, but I wanted to kill this kit and use up the paper. So I made a couple cards. I thought this one was really fun. I think this one's my favorite. So we have the large spider hanging down over the spider background with the little banner tail tags. And then this is the patterned paper, and I've used up some of the stickers from the sticker sheet. And then this one, I cut up the word paper instead of using it as a whole and just kind of made a background behind our little ghost character there. And the next one was inspired by today's layout, and I used some of those leftover floral elements and created this thank you card. I do want to let you guys know that the Boo Crew special is only available through the end of the month till October 31st while supplies last. You can check the description box below and find links to all the supplies I used for today's projects. If you're not already a subscriber, I would love to have you join the community. Hit that like button, and I look forward to reading your comments.